Over to Jim. Greetings, Jim.
What's up, Giles?
Broken up picture. That's what's up because I switched to the wrong one. Right, there we go. Yeah, all good here, Jim. I think we've had quite a fun day one way or another. It's I don't know what hour we're up to now. Is this about 10? It's 9 or 10, isn't it? Something like that. Well, it's getting that way anyway. Yes, it's definitely been a marathon live stream. So earlier on you were talking to us about your production trailer, and you gave us a whirlwind tour to fit it in the 10 minutes, which was great. Is there anything else you'd particularly like to show us?
Yeah, what we're going to do now, Giles, is let me turn that audio down so it doesn't feed back on us. What we're going to do now is I've got a lapel mic on so I can walk around and actually talk, and hopefully Byron will be able to move the camera around and get us some different pictures than we had earlier. Let me tell you a little bit about the trailer. The trailer is a custom-built 20-foot trailer. It was built by Freedom Trailers down in South Georgia. Basically, 100% of the cargo trailers in the United States are usually either built in Georgia or Indiana. Those seem to be the two places in the country where these things are done. We had this one custom done for us. I don't know if I can see. Let me see. I got a little headroom here. I'm 6'4", and I probably got another 4 inches or 5 inches here from my head to the top of the ceiling inside the trailer. We had an extra 8 inches put to the standard height of this. This trailer, again, was custom built for us. We designed it the way we wanted it to meet our needs. For instance, most cargo trailers this size back here at the back wall is normally a ramp door. Well, we didn't want our ramp door there because what we wanted to be able to do is basically make a L-shaped tabletop here. You can see we're still working off of folding tables, but I actually have the carpenter coming Monday, and we're going to put a fixed countertop in here all the way around, so it's going to wrap all the way around. And the long-term plans are to actually put an editing station right here where my hand is, and put another set of monitors over here on the wall, and be able to actually edit and do live production in here while we're still doing on-location shooting. So this part of the trailer that we're in, the work area, is basically 14, I believe it's around 14, 15 feet of the actual length of the trailer. The trailer's 8 feet wide, and that's as wide as you can get in the United States on the roadway. So that gets you there. Behind the rack here, let's take the camera off here, Byron. Y'all bear with us a second. We're going to actually take the camera off here so we can show you some things. Got a release button over here somewhere we're not getting to.
There it is. I got it.
Got it?
I think this has got to be a release button. That's it right there, right?
Watch your finger. Certainly we're not.
That's got to be it.
Yeah, it's catching on something.
You can tell we're in front of the camera mostly.
Yeah, well, or doing other things.
I tell you what, let's just close this and let's do it.
All right, here we go. You can see right here, this is a door, an outside access door to the back of the trailer, or to the side of the trailer where the actual rack is itself. I'd really like to get this off here. There we go.
Perfect.
Unplug the zoom over there on the side. Right up there. There you go. Now we can move the camera around and show you some different things. Watch your feet. We'll show you. That's in the back of the rack. Here you can see we've got patch panels We've got an 8-input snake that goes to the press box that plugs into there. And then you can see the green and silver plugs are where the Clearcom cables go. One is phantom power to run the rattlers that powers our fiber. Yeah, Byron's going to grab it here and kind of show you. And then the rest of those are for our comm system for the press box and the actual headset microphones. We have a small little gator case we'll show you out front here in just a minute on how all that works. But let me go show you the front part of the trailer here, if I can get this tripod out of the way. Well, I know what Tom Sinclair means now when he says live TV. Grab that. We actually have, let me back up a little bit here so you can see the door. We've got an actual wall here that separates this room from this room. And this is basically the storage / work area that we have for the trailer. And it's basically where our generator goes. We've got a box of, just tons of wires. Of course, everybody's got to have a cooler. And this is storage cabinets that basically are where we keep all of our stuff when we're on the road. But you can see this is a, what do we got? Oh, you're going to take it. Okay. Hang on. Let me get out of the wire here. This is a nice little work area that doesn't have anything to do with what goes on here in the back. So if we're at a location and we need to set a table up in here and an engineer work on something, he can do that if he doesn't want to do it outside without interfering with anything we're doing out back. So all of our stuff, again, goes in these cabinets. Of course, we've got folding tables, chairs, all that kind of stuff. And let's see how far outside we can get, Byron. I'll get this. Let's go back through the front door here.
Just lost Jim's audio there temporarily.
Might be about as far as you can go.
That's it.
Okay. Byron's going to show you. Remember, I told you that the trailer had did not have a ramp door at the back, but it does have a ramp door here at the front on the side that goes into that workroom that we use. And then that all folds up, and of course it's a nice little rubberized ramp where we can get in and out. And then of course we've got an awning on the trailer that you can see that's a retractable awning. And then if you'll look at the tongue, Byron, show them the tongue of the trailer. You can show them it. Yeah, see it's got a electronic hydraulic lift on it that will basically lift it on and off your vehicle. So that gets you that. And then you can, of course, to the left of the ramp door is the main door that comes into our work area there. And then Byron can swing over to the left and show you there that we've got all of our cameras and stuff laid out on a table, and there's the myriad of reels that we use to pull our various cables and stuff for our production. So that pretty much gives you an idea of how all this kind of works. For anyone that's interested, Byron said I need to tell everybody what they'd have to spend to do this. So come on back in. You can come back in and come back around because you're down the ramp. Basically, we bought this trailer. Again, it was custom built for us with all of the electronics and stuff in it that we wanted to use. It's all the wall plugs, the panel box in the front, everything the way we wanted it. It's got a fully working heating and air conditioning unit in the top. that'll take care of the climate control. And in fact, it'll run you out of here if you don't open the doors too much. It can get so cold in here, and in the South that's kind of unusual. But the trailer itself, custom built to our specs, was a little over $14,000. It's got about a $4,000 generator with it that we went and bought separately, and it's probably got about $1,000 worth of graphics on it. So our mobile unit, with the way it sets today, if we had to go do it over, you're probably looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $17,000 to $19,000 to get what you see here, as far as just the unit without any of the equipment or any of that other kind of stuff. So, Giles, I think that pretty much covers it. If we want to bring everybody back in and maybe answer some questions or whatever you're thinking there, you know, we can do that now if you'd like.
Okay, well, let's see if we've got any further questions from either the chat room or the Zoom room. We've not actually said hello to everybody in Zoom yet, so this might be an opportune moment to go over there and say hello. So let's just see who we've got. Greetings to everybody in the Zoom room. I see we've got Rudy, me, we've got Tom Sinclair, we've got Dave, and we've got Mo, and we've got Kenny, and I need to zoom in. Oh, that's Irvin in the top corner there. Excellent, excellent. And do you guys have any questions for Jim? Yeah, go Kenny.
Yeah, Jim, in the earlier demo this morning, you showed two PCs. Are both of those running vMix, and is one dedicated for one purpose and one another? Why the two?
Okay. Let me answer that for you, Kenny. They're basically identical machines, and they're both provisioned with the highest vMix software, because we're running vMix. The main screen that you see here where I'm setting is our production screen. And down on the very far end where you see Giles' mug, where we've got the stream up, that's actually where we run vMix Instant Replay from. So we run two different things using the two different PCs. I'm not a big believer in trying to ask a PC to do everything it may be able to do. So we wanted to put Instant Replay by itself. We have Instant Replay on the main machine, but we don't feed it 4 cameras and we don't ISO cord with it. We basically have it set up to mirror the output of the vMix. So if I want to do a quick replay of something that we actually did live, I can hit the button and do that without involving the replay guy down to my left. If I just want to see something real quick and I know we got it the first time. But if I want different angles or slow-mo or any of that kind of stuff, I usually refer to him. And of course, he's got one of our ClearCom headsets on, so I can talk to him and say, hey, I want to look at that from give me that on camera 3 or camera 4 or whatever, and we can bring it in that way. As far as why 2, the other reason is simply redundancy. If we lose the main vMix production machine that's on my screen, we always save our presets and everything so that we can move them to the secondary machine. In fact, when we start football season, we'll have our vMix football preset loaded on both machines, so that if we lose the main machine, all we've got to do is crank up the other machine, take the output of it off of our Blackmagic router that we have in the rack to our Pterodac, and we're up and running in a matter of minutes. And we've actually had that happen before. We didn't lose the main vMix machine, we actually lost the replay machine. One of the graphics cards in it got acting up and the machine wouldn't run right. So we lost the replay machine during an actual motorsports event we were doing. So we basically had to shut it down and rely on the main vMix machine for everything we wanted to do, including replays, and it worked flawlessly. So that's why you see 2.
Okay, excellent. Does anybody else have anything? Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Jim, at StreamCon, you put some video, some footage, and showed some of your stingers and all your graphics and that kind of stuff to us when we did the walkthrough there. Is that possible for you? You have some of that stuff handy that you can show us some of that?
Let me take a look, Dave. I'm not sure how much I loaded. I will show you this. This is something that between myself and Byron we did. Byron did the edges for the 4 boxes, and this was, of course, a multi-view where we could bring all 4 cameras live at one time for a motorsports event we did. And you can see it's got a background going there, but let me see what I've got here graphics-wise. I'm not sure I have any. I mean, I've got a lot of the still stuff that we did.
What about your commercials?
And of course, you know, that we can show where we were, you know, just doing overlays. But let me see if I can find a stinger or something that maybe, yeah, I've got a few things in here, I think. Let's see what, let me get rid of that. Let's see what this is. Yeah, there's a replay one we did. That's just a simple replay deal we did for a motorsports event. Another one. Let's see. There's another one.
Jim, can you hear me? This is Kenny.
Okay, but that kind of gives you an idea. I don't have my football one loaded. I can't show you my football stuff.
Jim, can you hear me? This is Kenny. I have a question for you.
Yeah, Kenny, go ahead.
Yeah, as you're showing those graphics, and I've been impressed with the graphics I've seen online that you've done, and I've been following you a little bit on the Streaming Idiots Facebook piece. Are you offering some of those services now to people like me who just need somebody to do basic graphics?
That is a timely question, Kenny. The answer is yes and no. We did do some football stuff, and if you'll go to my Jacobs Media Services page on Facebook, you can actually see the video. I don't have it in here in the trailer to queue up to show it to you, but we've got a little 20-minute video or so of a basic XAML football package that's like 3 scoreboards and 7 or 8 utility graphics that you can use for vMix for football season. And I think we're doing that for like $185, and it's customized for you with your colors and stuff. And you can edit it all from within vMix by just doing a quick right click on the XAML input file and, you know, typing in your changes, making your changes. And of course it will work with data sources and all the stuff that works within vMix. We're also doing custom animations if you need a wipe like some of the ones you saw on what we showed you there for like a replay or just your logo or whatever. We do those. We also do full animation packages if you need an open, close, things like that. We've got stuff like that we're doing as well. Of course, that's a little more expensive because it's a little more work detailed. But yeah, if you need something, contact us. The worst thing that can happen is I'll tell you either I can't do it or I don't have time to do it. But we love doing that kind of stuff, and hopefully it shows through in our work that we can get you what you need. But yes, to answer your question, yes, we do the stuff.
Okay, I think Tom Sinfair has a question. But you've got no audio, Tom.
Okay, I can't hear Tom.
No, I can't hear Tom either. Sorry, Tom, we're not getting any audio from you, and you're not muted in Zoom either.
How about that? Is that better?
We got you now, yeah.
Okay, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Jim? Okay, there we go. Jim, if today you had to build a second trailer, what would you do differently with the second one based on your experience in building the first one?
That's another really good question, Tom, because there's not a lot we would do differently, because we spent a lot of time thinking about how we were going to do this one. The biggest thing we would do differently, and Byron, if you'll swing that camera and show just the rack. Before we bought this trailer, we had the bottom half of this rack from here down was basically a flight case that we had all of our TriCasters in and everything, and we could basically close that up and roll it wherever we wanted to go. And we felt like when we built this trailer, we needed to try to design it so we could keep that aspect of portability. If I had it to do over again, and I may still do this once I put the fixed countertops in, I think I would put a fixed rack in the trailer where this flight case sits, so that everything would just be in a rack and not in the flight case, because we've never taken it out of here since we built the trailer. We've always taken the trailer on location. Now, as surely as soon as I put a fixed rack in here, I'll need to do that. But that was the thinking behind ramp door being where it is, the front room, the rack itself. All of that is where it is because of the way we designed it with the back door. I would probably also put a custom, connect box on the trailer instead of pulling wires through a feed down behind the rack there where the door is. We've got a little, like a 3-inch door that everything from the outside feeds through when we run wire. So I don't know if Byron can show you that or not. Yeah, there it is. You can see it. Everything runs through that door into this rack that we have. And if we had a fixed rack where we knew we were never going to take it out, we could wire to a panel and just have a swing door on the outside of the trailer that lifted up, like you get on most television OB trucks, instead of the way we've done it here. But we did this because we wanted to keep portability. But if I had it to do over, that's probably the one thing I would do differently. Everything else I've been really satisfied with. The one thing I'd advise people of is you got to make sure you build enough power into these things, and you got to make sure you've got enough either shore power or generator power to push them. You need to still put your delicate electronics like your computers and your broadcast equipment. We've got underneath the drawer down there in the rack, we've got a power conditioner that all those things run through, even though we have a generator designed to run that type of material. It's still better to keep all of your electronics on a conditioner so that you don't put dirty electricity into them, because that'll fry them just about as quick as anything else will. So, but that's the one thing we would do differently if we could.
One other question, Jim. How does this stuff travel? I know you're bouncing around some old roads in northwestern Alabama, and I'd be worried about all that rack mount stuff, cards coming loose and connectors falling off and dioding right there on the spot.
Well, Tom, you know, knock on plastic, that's not a problem we've had. Of course, everything is very well secured. As you can see there at the rack, if Byron can swing around, we've got it strapped to Z-rail on the wall, and when we're going down the road, you couldn't move that thing if you tried, even if you tried to tackle it. I mean, it's fixed that firm. The suspension on the trailer, this is a tandem axle trailer, so the suspension is really, really good. You know, we take it easy when we go somewhere. The roughest roads we were probably on with this thing, quite honestly, is when we were taking it over to Atlanta. My God, the roads in Atlanta were just, I mean, it was awful. But we've not had any trouble. You know, all of our TVs on the walls and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, it's mounted really well. And again, this is a really well-built trailer. You can see where Byron was showing you underneath there. You've got plenty of support under this thing. It's not flimsy, and when you're pulling it, you know it's back there. It's really heavy.
Thank you, Jim. And Byron, appreciate those great camera shots too.
We appear to have lost the video.
It's not what he did for me.
Okay, they're still there, but we're not. We're just getting black video from them. I think that's a pretty amazing bit of kit, that trailer, isn't it? It's we'd all like one of those, I think. In fact, I think Tommy was asking in the chat room, could he have your trailer, Jim? So yeah, fantastic piece of kit.
He can have it if he can bring a big enough check to get it.
Excellent. Okay, Jim, will you stay with us for a few more minutes while we just temporarily go and have a look at what Martin's sending us from outside, because Jon specifically asked to see the motion of the operator and the camera